It's good to see you guys. Excited for this week. The film again was a lot of learning in that film, and a lot of improvements that need to be made. I know staff and talking with them fully committed, and everyone's sitting upright. A lot of eye contact, a lot of focus and determination. So that part's really good to see. I know the team had some workouts this morning, and we're excited to get with them here this afternoon to kind of start the week. I'm very impressed with West Virginia, and so much respect for Coach Brown and the times that we're together, whether it's a Big 12 this or that or a coaches convention this or that. To be with him is something I look forward to. I just have a lot of respect for him and just his message and the way he gets it across, I think is something I aspire to. You can see the team on both sides of the ball for them. Real strong identities in the run on offense, running the ball, and defense. 3-4 structures, single high. You know what you're going to get. The problem is you got to deal with it. And so kudos to them. Be a challenge for us. I know our seniors, so much respect and appreciation for, and to continue to fight even when it's results aren't coming, and even when the adversity piles on and gets heavier and heavier to carry, to continue to kind of be that guy day in, day out, on and off the field, which this group has done. It's very hard to do. You'd wish for all the fun things your senior year, not for this one. And so for them to kind of go through it the way they have, I'm very appreciative for. And so want to send them out with a win. With that, take any questions you guys got.
Dave, after Saturday, the off season is here. I know you guys have a game to focus on, but as you guys think about transitioning to the off season, what are the biggest priorities, as you kind of navigate what's next for this program?
Appreciate that. Let's see. So one would be more aggressive, and this would be a me thing before anything else, but being more aggressive just with NIL. And, I think the way it stands right now, just with our record and with the amount of freshmen that are playing on our team, and depending, there's various ranges in there from, some play to a lot of play to, some really impressive play by freshmen. We are kind of the perfect example of a team to be poached, and so all of that's in play right now and is happening right now, and is something that I'm spending a lot of time on. And so whether that's NIL for the guys that are on our team and getting that to where that is way competitive, and then for guys that are coming in and that are going to be on our team and all that, I think it's something that is a major focus. And then the development piece. I think you could argue that college football is no longer, there's no such thing as development, that it's plug and play. And our season could be looked at as an example of that. And so there were a bunch of guys that have played, and so we want to be able to keep them all here, and then we want to be able to develop them in the off season. We got guys that need to gain weight. We've got guys that need to hone on this skill or that. And then we've got a fair amount of people, seniors that are leaving, so we've got some spots to fill. And so the recruiting piece is going to be a major one, and to be as aggressive as we can in that area.
Dave, Drake Dabney set the single season record for tight end, single season receiving yards. Just talk about what he's done in the year that he's had.
Appreciate that. Yeah, Drake has always been a consistent player, and prior to this year was always kind of the number 2 guy, and that would consist of here's the blocks you do well, that's put you in positions to make those blocks with an occasional naked pass or bootleg or something. And so his transition from that to this has been, now you are the guy, and you're going to have the blocks that you normally do well, but you're going to have these other blocks too, because you're in position with these given formations where now we're throwing it to you, and this is the best alignment for that. And I think that's been a journey for him. And I think the season started off strong. I think there was some struggle, for all of us we've been through. I think Drake is playing the best football that he's ever played these last couple games. And, it's tough. I appreciate you asking about him, because it's so hard to see under just the cloud of just everything else. And whether it's, this last game that we played was probably his best game he's ever played at Baylor, whether it was blocking and catching and all of it, effort. And so it's really cool to see him just mature and to grow into the guy that he is and then the player that he is. And so we're looking to kind of get 3 in a row for him of really, really, really strong performances.
You mentioned the NIL thing. How often do you and Mac talk about that and how to build that up?
A lot, yeah. I think the main, probably one of the main problems with all that has probably been me. I think one of the things that's always been a struggle is, and I think, for here, it's the way to balance it is the labeling and the judgment that comes when you're in a transactional thing. When if you're labeled this, I treat you like that. If you're labeled this, I treat you a different way. So much of college football is that, and I've tried very hard not to be that, and have really very much wanted to be that way and to win. And this year's been a struggle to do that. And so when you get into the NIL space, and you need to, more so than what we've been, then you open the door to that, of just whether it's staff or just anyone in general, saying, hey, this is a so-and-so percentage guy or allocation guy. This is another allocation guy, or this is that amount, this is that amount. And I think in all of that, you don't want to treat them that way. You want to be able to treat them at a much higher level than any form of payment or money or anything like that. And I just don't think that happens, to be honest. I think it's all accepted that this is a business, and you go. And so to be in it but not be of it is going to be the challenge. And for me personally, I look at that as just growth and for the staff and all of it. And so I think, we talk about it quite a bit. And so I'm excited about kind of what we're pushing towards. I think it's very important. Now, the what we're doing is important, but how we do it is probably more important.
Coach, what would a win this week mean to you and to this team?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that for the team, it would be a relief. For the team, it would be, this is what that feels like. For the team, it would be validation for working hard. For the team, it would be a way to send the seniors out winners. For the team, it would be that, I am a good player. I am on a good team. Right? We can rise up and play our best when it matters. I think, so much what is always true is that how you see is what you see. And I think whether you're winning or you're losing, that doubles down, And so you fight, just when anything negative happens, you fight the attachment to all the negative things in the past. And so we're fighting that fight right now. And so to get a win would be a victory over that. And you can, you cleanse the windshield, so to speak, and you can see clearly what's always been there has been a winner. And we need to get to see that and get back to that.
Dave, do you have a status on Blake and his injury at all?
So Blake is a head injury, and so it's not looking great right now. We don't have a final say on it right now. So we're still hoping, but it doesn't look good. Yeah.
Dave, I don't know if there were changes maybe. This might have been your best game run defense, save maybe a couple of runs. This is a really good run team you're facing. How can you build on what you did this last week?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought the interior people for us, Cooper Lance, I thought really played hard. And then I thought that TJ Franklin again played hard. TJ was very emotional and very demonstrative on the sidelines, and very much appreciate that. TJ's another one, just the growth in him, man, is just so cool. From where we've been to where we are now, it's a lot of credit to TJ. Then I thought Gabe Hall had some way strong effort plays and some knockback plays. You know, I thought that we've had some injury at linebacker, so we're down some. And so the amount of guys that were playing, I thought the front really kind of took the brunt of all of it and allowed them to kind of fit and fall into fits and all of it. I think the inexperience at linebacker was exploited on the other end of it in the throw game. And so anticipating a lot of those same things here on Saturday. But, you know, West Virginia is a big counter team, so it's counter any different type of way with the guard or with the tackle. You know, so GT, guard tackle, or GY, guard and tight end. And then they've got backs that really do a great job being patient and cutting it back and, you know, hitting the A-gaps or bouncing outside. They'll crack your nickel or your star defender, and they'll work outside of it. And so our structure and our, you know, perimeter, because we got hit on one of these on one of the runs that did get loose was a crack replace, which I think we've talked about some of that in here too. So we're going to have to be really strong on the outside to force and funnel everything into the inside. I think is our best shot, just with the veteran guys that we have in there, whether it's Matt Jones or Coop or TJ or Gabe. We've got guys that have been playing for a while that really want to win and are tired of all this and are willing to kind of lay it on the line. And so we've got to funnel it back to them, put it in their hands. But a lot of respect for West Virginia and their run game. They do a great job with it. It will be a test.
Dave, out of your seniors, who among those might get an NFL shot?
No, appreciate that. I think Gabe would be one. You know, I think he's got some invitations to things already, and so I think his play has been close to Drake, and these last couple games have been his best games. I think, you know, Gabe has always been one where all the talent is there, and it's just the mindset and, you know, the hey, this one thing that happened here is a failure, but you're not a failure. You're only a failure if you believe that this thing is who you are, and you carry it with you. And I think that, you know, that's been such a challenge for him, and I think the growth from that, I mean, to really be in the weeds with all of it is one of the cool things about all of this, is that you can be a part of something special, of a guy really kind of seeing who he really is. We talked about kind of cleansing the windshields, and he's playing his best football right now. And so I think he would be one for sure. I think we've got a couple of others that have a potential for a shot, but I think he would be the clear one.
How much momentum does this game kind of carry into the offseason, and I guess how much more important does that make getting a good result this week?
Appreciate that. I think it's important. I think it's important, number one, to play well, and it would, you know, to double that off, it would be to get the victory, but to play well when it matters most. I think, you know, in this last game in particular, and I can go to the Houston game and even the Iowa State game, there's been moments in the game, critical moments, where it matters and we come up short. You know, it could be a conversion down on offense. It could be, hey, we got to stop it and get the ball back to the offense on defense, and we don't. I think these were very apparent in this last game, you know. And so I think of all the things, I want to be able to see that, is that when it matters most, we are executing. And, you know, when I look at the film, it's not a matter of effort or any of it. And we look at it as the last game of the year and the execution piece, and it's just the the weight of just all the other things. And so it's to, you know, when there is a losing streak, you tie the moment. It's hard to focus the task at hand because you're always carrying the things that have happened in the past. And so to detach from that and to get totally focused in the moment is a challenge for us. And I think, you know, we've been able to start games good. Is when we get adversity, how we respond. And so for us to respond the right way would be a way cool thing because we've been fighting that fight.
How much confidence do you have in Sawyer, particularly since he had some game action earlier in the year?
A lot, yeah. He's really excited. I think there's all types of really high levels of excitement with Sawyer, and he's very high, you know. And then in talking to some of the guys just in the you know, in the office over there, guys up in the office walking around, players, they're excited about the opportunity for him too. They're excited for him. They're excited for them, and for that side of it. And so, you know, he has that ability to inspire and that ability to kind of bring along. And so I think there'll be good that'll come out of it.
Thanks, David.
Okay, thank you guys.